Hello, everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. I hope my voice coming good and clear. Please invite your friends. And I know all of you, and I apologize for being so late, but it's okay. May Allah forgive you. And we pray to Allah that He will not take some of your virgins in heaven in case you are a male. And we pray to Allah that Allah will not, decrease your beauty if you are a female. As you remember, Prophet of Allah, he says, a Muslim woman, she will be in heaven 70 times more pretty, which is so good to be true. And the funny is, if you are going to be all of you 70 times more pretty, that means nothing changed. Because still, the one who was more pretty on you on earth, she will be 70 times more pretty than you. Anyway, the smart Muhammad is always win. Who am I to win against Muhammad? Today our topic is about crying. We notice that Muslims, when they are in front of a camera, they have a special reaction. But obviously this reaction only in front of the camera. I don't know why people even, something personal, like something, if you are believing, if you are affected by reading something, why you want to record that in camera? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me unless like to show off. In the Bible it says that the Lord, the Messiah, he said to us, when you want to pray, go to your closet. If we go right now and we do a little search in the in YouTube, peace be upon him, you will find that there is people who do for make living from saying stupid things, like reaction to Quran. Look, wow, this guy, man, yeah, reaction to the Quran. Look, even the cows, look. And this is not my video. I did not make this video. This is a video made by Muslims. Reaction, Alhamdulillah, reaction, the cows reaction on when here Surah Al-Baqarah, the chapter of the cow. The Muslims are playing the chapter of the cow to the cows. Okay, and what the cows they do? They cry. But brother, the cow did not understand what you are saying in the Quran. Even you, as a Muslim, you cannot understand what the chapter is saying. Not only the cow. So how you can have reaction for something you cannot understand? But anyway, it doesn't matter what you do. Muslims, look, I mean, reaction, reaction to the Quran. Yeah. This is a business like anyone today. He have nobody in his channel, nobody coming. He make those videos so they can get, reaction to the Quran. Non-Muslim reaction on the Quran. Okay, and this guy is having a reaction too. This is the same guy. What this guy is doing? Yeah, the reaction of Sheikh Umran. Sheikh Umran is disbeliever now. Look at this guy. And the reaction of the Quran. Yeah. Anyway, we have a real reason for reaction in the Quran. Far away from all those things. Why in the mosque Muslims they cry when they are, forget about those scammers who make those videos. But there is a real reason, scientifically proven to be true. When you are reciting the Quran, you will be affected. Let us hear what is a main huge reason the Muslims get affected when they are praying with Muslims. Brothers and sisters, Islamic TV program, they are very serious. Each time the Muslim, they want to pray, there is some Muslims, they start releasing gas. Serious. This is not about doubt, maybe he released it or not. No, he did. He farted non-stop. during the prayer. You cannot hear? Oh, okay, hold on. You cannot hear. Oh, because the fart was so loud. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, now you will hear. Okay, now we will hear.
Who do not have a mosque in their area, who could not go and offer congregation. They looked for a mosque, they could not find one.
Okay.
This year, Allah Azza wa Jal gave them a masjid to pray 5 times in.
Finally.
However, this person, whenever they go to pray, the moment they stand up to pray, gas is released all the time. And this is not a doubt. This person certainly knows something came out.
Oh boy.
And this only happens whenever he prays. This individual.
This guy, he don't fart all day long. He fart only when he pray. It must be there is a reason. Must be there is a reason. Are you kidding me? I mean, how come he don't fart all day, and now he go to the mosque, and now he start like non-stop, you know? So what do you expect the Muslim they would do? Some they are crying because he ate too much eggs or onion. Some they are crying from the chemical weapon just released and the smoke. Some they are crying because their prayer is destroyed. Because in Islam, if you fart, your prayer is gone. You know, there's a connection between farting and receiving the prayer by Allah. Yeah. So this guy, which is a very common situation in Islamic mosque.
He prays. This individual contemplated over it and realized that Shaitan was trying to make him stop praying.
It is Shaitan. It is Shaitan. What if I show you that Muhammad, he said that Shaitan, when you pray, will take hair from your anus, and he will not stop doing that. He straight it out, he pull it out, and he will not stop doing that until he make you fart, and he hear it, and he smell it. In fact, there is a video we played before here, if you remember, about this topic. You know, Shaitan fart, how Shaitan, he play with the anus of Muslims. So the anus of a Muslim is very much a target. You know, he is a center of conspiracy. His anus, this is why I'm assuming, I mean, if all those things happen to your anus just because you're a Muslim, I don't know how it look like. I don't know, you must have like, it's red, there is inflammation, pimples. I mean, Shaitan is targeting you. So the guy, he go, show you? What do you mean show you? I cannot show you how that work. Shame on you. What do you mean show us? Show us the hadith. Bad boy, bad boy. I thought you want me to show you how the Muslim, unbelievable. You got me there, you got me there. Okay. Okay, you know, Satan, you know, he target Muslims. It's very well known. You know, he don't like them to pray to Allah. And he tried to disturb them. Let's see, I'm trying to find you the original video, short one, you know, the Shaitan fart. Hold on. Here we go. That is that is a good one. Okay. So either, you know, there is reason for this love. Okay. This is a video here. Let us see this video here. And by the way, this is all proven to be scientifically true. Shaitan, he do those things, you know. He's evil. What do you expect? I mean, he's a Shaitan. What do you expect from Shaitan? So what Shaitan he do to Muslims usually?
You give the adhan. The Shaitan, he not only runs, But the hadith says lahu durat. You know what durat is?
No.
Durat is.
Oh, okay.
He runs, and as he's running, yeah, his fart comes out. Lahu.
Subhanallah, subhanallah, subhanallah. So now we find that Muslims, they fart when they are praying. Shaitan, he fart when he hear the prayer. There's a connection between Allah, prayer, farting. Everybody is farting. Muslim farting, Shaitan farting. Okay, now Shaitan, he fart because he just heard the prayer. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. You know, non-stop. They are here. By the way, this is true. Proven. Okay, many of you have a doubt about this. I can show you a reference from the website of TASA. TASA is an American, website for spaceship owned by this guy. His name Elon Musk. TASA. They found that in the atmosphere, not in the atmosphere, atmosphere. It's a different level, it's hard for you to explain. Anyway, you guys are not educated. So at the atmosphere, they found that there's certain gas, there's no way it was originally happening normally. Must come in from the gas of Shaitan alone. Because they call it even satanic gas, satanic gas. So this is proven to be, it's not NASA, TASA, ignorant. Here we go. They change names, they corrupt the Bible, those Christians. They changed the Torah, and now here we go. TASA become NASA. Here we go. You know why they changed the name? Because they don't want to say that TASA is an Islamic word and predicted by Prophet Muhammad. Don't tasbih TASA, tasbih, like subhanallah. Okay. Now, so Shaitan, he fought, and why? Because a Muslim, he is called for the adhan. That will get us close to the topic and to understand the situation. Listen carefully. So now, okay, Sheikh, can you, I like it when you fart with your hands, man. Muslim, they can fart in any way. Not necessarily from their anus, even from the hand.
But the hadith says, lahu durat. You know what durat is? Durat is. He runs, and as he's running, yeah, his fart comes out. Lahu durat. I'm not making this, the hadith.
You see? He's not making it up. Don't laugh. This is hadith. The Prophet says so. The Prophet who want to tell you the truth about Jesus, and the truth about Moses, and the truth about Abraham, he know all the truth. And this is one of the truth. Shaitan fart. The Prophet said, this is the truth teller. Okay, tell us more. Shaitan fart. What happened next?
So that Shaitan made me do sin? Get up. Yeah, just get up. Just give the adhan. Right? That Shaitan, you're gonna make him leak some serious gas.
Oh boy.
Serious gas.
No way.
So you go into the toilet, Bismillahi Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubuthi wal khaba'is. So Allah protect me from these devils.
The Prophet, he said to them to pray this prayer before you enter the bathroom. I'm telling you, the Prophet, he tell nothing but the truth. If you don't enter the bathroom with this prayer, what will happen to you? Tell them, Sheikh, tell them. Say again, what is the prayer?
Make him leak some serious gas. Serious gas. So you go into the toilet, Bismillahi Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubuthi wal khaba'is. So Allah protect me from these devils. You go in there with your left foot. The left foot you went in, you get a reward for that. The dua you said, Shaitan will not see you. You're in the toilet, Shaitan can't see you anymore. That's in the hadith.
See the benefit, it's in the hadith. The Prophet says that. You go in the toilet, you say this prayer, Allahumma jannibni shaitana wa jannib shaitana ma razaqtani. That's it. You became invisible. Actually, I did that. And the other day, I robbed a bank, and in my way, they cannot see me in the camera. No security, nobody. I just took the money and came out. Why? Because I said this prayer, And what happened? That they put the safe in the bathroom, which perfectly fit with the prayer of Allah. It was a bathroom before, and then the bank transformed the bathroom into safe. So it's bathroom. Subhanallah. I said the prayer. I went inside. I got the money. I came out. Nobody saw me. You become invisible. Okay, my friend, you are asking me a question why Muslims. Just hold your horses. We have a... Which one is more important now? The question you're asking me or the fart? I mean, show respect for fart. Why people, you know... We are talking about a very serious matter. Muslims are praying in the mosque. They cry. We want to know why they cry. There's reasons to cry. Okay, now you go in the bathroom and you say this prayer. Shaitan, he don't see you. What if you don't say this prayer?
Yes. So, you know, you go into the toilet, you know, Bismillahi Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubuthi wal khaba'ith. So, Allah protect me from these devils. You go in there with your left foot. The left foot you
have to remember, left foot, idiot. Don't enter with the right foot. Potato. Only left foot. I'm warning you. Left foot. And this one, I mean, those people do not even know which one the left. Okay, I will tell you which one is the left. If you look at the mirror, you know, if you look at the mirror, you will see a foot. All right? The one in the left, in the mirror, is the left foot. Unbelievable. I was #1 student in the classroom, but there is no other student except me, like Muhammad. Okay, tell us more, tell us more. So what, okay?
Went in, you get a reward for that. The dua you said, shaitan will not see you. You're in the toilet, shaitan can't see you anymore. That's in a hadith.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
If you don't say the dua...
Stop. If you don't say this prayer, what will happen? I want you to take... No, this is serious. This is serious. We're trying to find out why they cry.
Not see you. You're in the toilet, shaitan can't see you anymore. That's in a hadith, right? If you don't say the dua, what happens is the shaitan not only comes inside, but the hadith of Tirmidhi says he plays with your bowels.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh mommy. Oh mommy, mommy blue. Oh mommy blue. Oh mommy. Somebody blowing your anus. Oh mommy blue. Muslims, somebody blowing your anus. Really? Shaitan, he play with your balls. So now we started with farting. We end with somebody playing inside your balls. Let us go back to the previous video so we can make a connection. You know, we have to connect the dot, like in the movies, you know, like in the Inspector, you know, what his name, the Pink Panther, you know. Okay, so tell us more.
He tried to fight it. Shaitan was trying to make him stop praying.
Shaitan.
So he tried to fight it by ignoring it. But then it kept on coming and coming and coming. Every time he stood up to pray, something came out, whether silent or loud.
I want to know how she knew about the silent one. You know, when the Muhammadan, they say things, I mean, I cannot believe it. You know, I mean, maybe most of you will listen to this, you don't notice what she's saying. She just said either it's silent or loud. How she was able to figure out the silent one. I want to know. As long as it is silent. This is a serious Islamic TV station, brother. This is Dawah TV. Allahu Akbar. So are you kidding me? They are spending millions of dollars to open TV station. And the sheikh, you know, his salary is big. This guy is answering serious questions now. This is a serious topic. I mean, come on. We have to take it seriously. Okay, so either what and what?
All the time. And this is not a doubt. This person certainly knows something came out. And this only happens whenever he prays. this individual contemplated over it and realized that Shaitan was trying to make him stop praying.
Oh boy.
So he tried to fight it.
Oh.
By ignoring.
Like, you know, by ignoring it. I like the Islamic intelligence. He fight the fart by trying to ignore it. What does that mean? Oh boy. Sorry. Man, I can't continue. I can't breathe. I laughed so hard. Sorry. Oh boy. That's so good to be true. You got to love Islam, brother. You got to love Islam. Okay, so he's fighting it by trying to ignore it. Can he teach us how to ignore a fart? I mean, how you do that? How you do that? Like I can ignore a person. I can ignoring a gas inside you, and when I come out, and obviously you know, but by ignoring it,
and realized that Shaitan was trying to make him stop praying. So he tried to fight it by ignoring it. But then it kept on coming and coming and coming. Every time he stood up to pray, something came out.
Do you have a recording?
Silent or loud. So,
ma'am, do you have a recording, please? You know, why you don't record it in the video? So the Sheikh, he can get a visual, you know, understanding of situation. It keep coming and coming and coming. The fart is coming and coming and coming. Subhanallah. In the house of Allah, and Allah cannot stop. Okay, hold on. So you Muslim, you say this is the house of Allah. When you are praying, there's two angels, one in the right and one in the left. And now, all those angels could not stop Shaitan from making you Muslims fart in the house of Allah. It keep coming and coming. I thought she will sing it, you know. What?
So he tried to fight it by ignoring it. But then it kept on coming and coming and coming. Every time he stood up to pray, something came out, whether silent or loud. So he...
There's color?
No one...
There's any color, you know. Oh boy. Okay, now let's go back to the previous movie. So now we can connect the dot together. Now I think the image is clear for many of you who they are not educated of situation.
He plays with the bowels. So you're inside there, you're thinking you're going to be out there in 5 minutes. He's taking you 20 minutes and you're still not halfway there.
And do you see the music in the back? This is holy music, brother. We are talking about fart and gas and anus, and the Muslim, they play for you holy music. Supposedly, this is supposedly Islamic video. Come on, we have to play those sounds behind, you know. Okay.
In there with your left foot. The left foot you went in, you get a reward for that.
Right,
the dua you said, Shaitan will not see you. You're in the toilet, Shaitan can't see you anymore. That's in a hadith, right? If you don't say the dua, what happens is the Shaitan not only comes inside, but the hadith of Tirmidhi says he plays with your bowels.
Oy.
He plays with your bowels.
Serious?
So you're inside there, you're thinking you're going to be out there in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
He's
right.
taking you 20 minutes and you're still not halfway there.
Sad.
You know why? Because Uncle Shaitan is going, ooh, la la.
I'm telling you, this is very serious. You know, put yourself in the bathroom instead of a Muslim. You are a Muslim now, and you don't say the prayer. Man, oh man. My Skype is open. If there is any Muslim who would like to share with us and tell me why Muslims, they cry when they hear the Quran, especially when they are in front of the camera. I mean, isn't it this is obvious that you are trying to make a show? Why you want to cry? You know, I was live on air, and I received a text message saying that your father passed away. I did not cry. I did not even tell anyone. I finished my program as if nothing happened. And the Lord is my witness. Why somebody is a believer want to do such a show and he have a camera in front of him recording him, and he knew that he is recorded in the camera? Don't you have a shame? I say that Muslims, they cry for many reasons. Shaitan play with their anus, as you see. Muhammad, he said, Shaitan take hair from your anus until he make you fart. But I can say that if somebody take hair from your anus, I think you will cry. Try it, you know. I'm assuming it hurt. I never tried it because I'm not a Muslim. The second reason for Muslims to cry when they hear the Quran, because the Quran is so stupid. If you don't believe me, and if you are a Muslim, you can call me, and we can give you some verses from the Quran, and you tell me what they mean. Just tell me what they mean. You will cry. Other reason Muslims, they cry, beside not understanding what they are reading or what they are hearing, they don't speak Arabic. So even Arab who speak Arabic cannot understand the Quran. What about those who they are from Pakistan and they are listening to the Quran? Now, for sure, there's more reasons for crying, Muslims crying in the mosque. Like those Pakistani imam. Crying because Muslims are writing the name of a Prophet Muhammad, may Allah shine on him. You can find this video in Adam Seeker website page in YouTube, translated by him. I don't speak Urdu. I used to speak Urdu, by the way, but then what happened to me is the same as the story of Alexander the Great. I invited people to Islam. They hit me in my head. I got the first horn. Allah, then he resurrected me, brother. Then I came again to Pakistan. At that time, it was not called Pakistan. It was called East of Timor at that time. Yeah. It was in Indonesia at that time, because I'm coming from long time. I'm talking long time, not now, you know. I'm talking like 20 years ago, okay? So it was in Indonesia, Pakistan. And then, you know, when there is an earthquake, when the big ox, the cow who carrying the earth move, as Prophet Muhammad said, you know, the location of Pakistan moved from Indonesia and Brazil all the way to, you know, to Cairo. Anyway, so now those sheikhs, they are crying, and they will make a nice show crying in the TV because Muslims are writing the names of the Prophet Muhammad on their penises.
ये 2-3 लोग नहीं है, ये पाकिस्तान में कोई 1-2 हजार नहीं है। FIA साइबर क्राइम की रिपोर्ट के मुताबिक जो मुझे आज दिखाई गई है, उसके मुताबिक इनकी तादाद पाकिस्तान में 4 लाख है। 120 लोग गिरफ्तार हो चुके, 11 लोगों को सजाए मौत हो चुकी है। हम करें तो करें क्या, किस दरवाजे पर दस्तक दें? हम ये सवाल करना चाहते, क्या हम मुल्क में जलाओ घेराव करें? आपके मुल्क में तो हाल ये हो गया है कि दाड़िया किस्म के लोग आपके यहाँ लेक्चर्स दे रहे, और ये किसी एक घर की कहानी नहीं है, अब घर घर की कहानी बन चुकी है। एक आलम दीन तौहीन करते हुए पकड़ा गया। आज उन्होंने मुझे जो रिपोर्ट दिखाई है, उस रिपोर्ट को देखकर मेरे रोंगटे खड़े हो गए। ये सब इस मुल्क में हो रहा है। ऐ वालिदैन, अपना हक अदा करो, बच्चों की निगरानी करो, और बच्चों की निगरानी हमने इस तरह से करनी है। उस दिन मुफ्ती अबू मोहम्मद साहब ने एक एप्लीकेशन की तरफ इशारा किया था कि घर के डिवाइसेस से उसको मुंसलिक करो, माँ बाप निगरानी करे। इस वक्त आपके मुल्क को तबाह करने की साजिश की जा रही है। मैं सिर्फ इशारतन ये अर्ज कर रहा हूँ, फैसल कुरैशी साहब प्राइवेट पार्ट्स पर ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह मुहम्मदुर रसूलुल्लाह सय्यदा तय्यबा ताहिरा आबिदा जाहिदा ज़किया मुज़क्किया हजरत सय्यदा फातिमा का नाम लिखा हुआ है। इससे पहले हम मर क्यों नहीं गए? ये दिन देखने से पहले हमें मौत क्यों नहीं आई? इस वक्त ये कहा जा रहा है 7 अप्रैल को पाकिस्तान में तहफ़्फ़ुज़ नामूस रिसालत का दिन मनाने जा रहे। मोहतरम फैसल कुरैशी साहब उलमा आगाही फराम करे, कुरान का वास्ता उठो और किरदार अदा करो और अपने बच्चों को, अपने मुल्क को और इस्लाम को बचाओ। ये मेरा पैगाम है, ये जज्बाती होना नहीं है। यहाँ से बोल चैनल से ये पैगाम जाना चाहिए कि हम में से कोई भी ये चीज बर्दाश्त नहीं कर सकता और हर एक इस बात में अपना किरदार अदा करे। मैं चाहूंगा कि सब खड़े होकर ये जो है वो इस वक्त पैगाम दे ताकि कौम तक एक पैगाम।
Now they stand up to join the crying. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3. All of you cry at the same time in front of TV, because this is how you prove that you are a believer, because Muslims are writing the name of a Prophet Muhammad on their penises.
नबी अलैहिस्सलाम की इज्जत और नामूस जिस मुल्क में महफूज नहीं, कुछ भी महफूज नहीं है। किबला
किसी जगह पे तौहीन नहीं सुनी। हम वो बदनसीब हैं।
Do you want tissue, please?
देख रहे हैं।
Do you want tissue?
जिंदगी खराब कर दी गई।
Oh boy.
और इस मुल्क का अमन, इस मुल्क की तबाही करने के लिए इस हद तक मेरा दुश्मन गिर जाएगा।
You know, so this is other reason Muslims, they cry on TV. You know, they don't understand the Quran. Shaitan make them fart in the mosque. Shaitan play with their anus. They don't know what they can do. I mean, there is endless reasons. They cannot understand the Quran. They cannot understand what it's saying. It's stupid. It's etc. I don't know. If there is any Muslim, he don't agree with us and he would like to join us and tell us what he think about what we show on the screen regarding Muslims, you know, crying and suffering from farting and shaitan playing with their anus and all this horrible, horrible conspiracy against Islam. Please just text me in Skype and I will take your, you know, I will take your call immediately. Yeah, like, you know, we have customer service, as you know.
Call time is 96 minutes.
You know, yeah. This was a commercial for Bud Light, who they get screwed because they decide to challenge the Christians and promote the transgender. Yeah. So another reason for Muslims to cry. Let us hear this reason.
Assalamu alaikum. My heart is breaking. Oh, brothers and sisters, my soul is aching. Brothers and sisters, did you know that so many people are leaving Islam every day?
No way.
Why would anybody leave such a beautiful religion? Why would they choose to become a sick disbeliever instead? A'udhu billah. Brothers and sisters, 100,000 Muslims are leaving Islam every single year.
Over 100,000 Muslims leave Islam every single year.
I'm telling you, this is serious stuff. This is not a joke.
This is not a joke, brothers and sisters.
Yes, we say that there are 1.6 billion Muslims in the world, and Islam is growing day by day. But the standard narrative
has holes.
And we are not proud of that.
And we're not proud of that.
Apostates are everywhere. They are among us. They are even people.
I don't know why even opposite prophet, he is putting the voice of a transgender. But, you know.
Of that.
And we're not proud of that.
Okay.
Apostates are everywhere. They are among us. They are even people who memorize the Quran.
They are copies of the Quran.
The youth are full of doubts.
Our youth are full of doubts.
And we tell them, doubts? What doubts, man?
Doubts? What doubts, man?
Have some guts, be a man.
Have some guts, be a man.
But nobody is answering their questions.
And nobody's answering their questions.
We tell them to stop questioning and to stop being emotional, and we tell them to be a Chad.
Be a Chad, you can do it, I believe in you.
But instead, they choose to be bad.
We've seen this happen, unfortunately. We've seen this happen to a lot of people.
If it continues like this, your child is going to become an apostate.
Your child is going to become an apostate.
Imagine your child.
You know, when Mimi Hijab, he speak fast, he sound like a turkey. One more time, please. One more time. What?
Your child is going to become an apostate.
Imagine your child, the child that you are raising could end up with the disbelievers, with the kuffar, and go to hellfire.
Hellfire will want to swallow them.
Hellfire will roast them.
Roast them.
Toast them.
Toast them.
Break them.
Break them.
Shake them.
Shake them.
Hellfire
will
annihilate them.
Will annihilate them.
And the rest of us will be watching.
We'll be watching.
Brothers and sisters, we must act now. We must do something about this. And what you can do is to donate to our channel so that we can...
Exactly. Let me show you. Today I have a special, you know, in the special message in the top. I don't know if you notice here. Usually I don't do that, but I decide today that today the Muslims, they should support what I do. Muslims, if you would like to support Christian friends and make donation, may Allah bless you, go to Patreon. And for sure, I'm sure a lot of Muslims, they would love to support me, because they come here non-stop. They laugh a lot. You know, I help reducing their health risk issues. I get many people out of depression, especially Muslims. They die laughing here, and they cry too. Not only they cry when they are praying, they cry in my program. So I mean, there is main reason for Muslims to donate for me. In fact, I'm saving you. I'm saving your children's. You know, from many things. You know, like Islam is really very, very. Amazing religion. Yeah, we have to say it, So who is a Muslim want to tell us if there is anything really can make you cry in the Quran? If we open any page in the Quran, we will find that it is the most laughable, okay, I will skip the word. Stop able. Just forget. Let me open the dictionary. I will use different easier word. So guys, now we go back to the situation here, because we did not finish this movie. The guy, he fart non-stop and he tried to ignore it, and the situation getting really tense. So the smell is all over the studio.
He tried to fight it by ignoring it, but then it kept on coming and coming and coming. Every time he stood up to pray, something came out, whether silent or loud. So he did a lot of things in order to try to counteract this. But
why you didn't tell us what he did exactly? He did a lot of things to contract this. There is like a trick to stop farting. Why you don't teach us live on air? All they fail.
He wants to fight this. So what should he do, and how can he fix this before it goes worse?
Now here you notice why we need the sheikhs. They are very expert in farting. She called the right person, the right time, right place. He is a sheikh. Look at this beard. Do you think this beard grow for nothing? This is all gas. So now we call TV station, costing millions of dollars, and now we have a series of questions. When Muslims, they pray, they fart a lot. What we should do? You know, there is a Muslim, he's my cousin actually. He's an Arab. His name is, they call him Shakespeare, but in fact his real name is Shakespeare. Shakespeare, he wrote in his book, to fart or not to fart, that is the question. No comment. Okay, continue, Mr. Fart expert. What he should do?
First of all, it is mandatory upon men to pray in the masjid. Now, you cannot pray in the masjid unless you have wudu. You're in the state of purity.
Ooh.
If this person, whenever he stands to pray in the masjid, passes wind, and he knows that this happens only when he's in the masjid.
It happened only when he is in the masjid. I mean, isn't it obvious Shaitan doing that? He's a victim. And here the question is, why Shaitan, he chose only this guy? Sheikh, be honest with me. Do you suffer from farting when you pray?
While if he prays home, this doesn't happen, there's something wrong. Usually people can suppress this and stop it from coming out.
Really?
Especially for these few moments during prayer.
Oh boy.
Hypothetically, if a person during the first 15 minutes of the time of the prayer, after the adhan, nothing comes out. And when he stands to pray, he starts to pass wind.
Are you sure when he stands, not when he bend over?
And he cannot control it. If he goes and perform wudu and come back, the wind still comes out. And if he leaves the masjid, it stops. In this case, he's exempted from praying in the masjid and he should pray home. But as I said, this is not logical or normal. There is something wrong happening here, whether it's in his mind, in his subconscious, he's imagining things. He has to do something about it, and Allah knows.
Allah knows best, brother. Allah knows best. Yeah, somebody tell me there is a brother, he's an ex-Muslim, his name Ahmed, ex-Muslim. He is in the chat. Yeah, I saw a video or two of him. Welcome, my friend. God bless you. And good to have you here. But please refrain from farting for now. For all of you. Anyone will fart, Allah will not accept your prayer. And you know, the funny is, when you hear the Muslims speaking about how fart will destroy your prayer, you think this guy Muhammad was the very clean person. Let us see how Muhammad, he prepared himself for ablution. How Muhammad, he do ablution? Ablution, what do you do when Muhammad come for you? Okay. This is how Muhammad do ablution. The clean. So now farting is a problem, but this guy literally, he do ablution with sewage, with piss and with blood from period and garbage and dead dogs. Abu Sa'd al-Khudri said, some people ask Allah Messenger whether they might perform ablution out of the well of Bida'ah, which a well into which menstrual clothes, dead dogs, and stinking things were thrown. The Prophet, he said, water is always pure and nothing defiled, and not defiled by anything. So how water, which is always stay water, even if you have shit in it, excuse my language, fart in it, dead dogs, women blood from their private part, their vagina, all of this will be a problem. But the fart is a problem. Muslims, Muhammad himself, he jumped in a water is not even to the height of his testicles, as the hadith mentioned. And this water is dirty water, is not a well like normal well, the one you drink from. This is collected water. This is used to be well one day, and now it's a dry well, collected water from rain, from houses, sewage. You know, like in the old day, the village, there's a lower spot in the town, and women, they wash the dishes behind the door of the village, of the house, and there's like a little hole behind the door. Actually, until now, in many houses in the Middle East, they have that. You know. Maybe now most of them, they have sink and they have kitchen, but old days not like that. So they wash dishes behind the door, and then the water come out, and there is a tunnel in the side of the houses, go all the way to the lower point of the town, and the dirty water will be collected there. This is exactly what Muhammad is washing. So how fart is a big problem for the prayer, and this is not a problem. Another thing, dogs used to go and piss inside the mosque. And Muslims, they never clean the piss of the dogs. Never. As you see, this is Sahih Bukhari. This is Sahih Bukhari. They cannot say this is da'if and the game, you know, they play. So what kind of mosque we are talking about, and what is the smell of the mosque? Dogs, they go inside the mosque, they lift their leg as usual, and they piss in the mosque. And the Muslims never, ever clean the mosque after the dogs pissing. Then we need to ask ourselves, what the point then of speaking about how fart can destroy your prayer? You know, when you hear those people, you think that we are talking about a very clean man. He taught them ablution. This ablution is something came from the Jews. Muslims don't have ablution. What ablution? He learned everything from the Jews. Since Muhammad, he went and he lived in Yathrib, he started learning from the Jews. But obviously, Muhammad, he got it wrong. You cannot claim to be a prophet. You know what Jesus, he did just because people, they are selling and buying in the outer skirt of the temple, not in the temple, not even in the yard of the temple. The temple have many yards. In the outer skirt, outside, they have tables selling birds, food, chickens. What Jesus did? He flipped their tables and he said to them, you made the house of my father a bazaar. They are not pissing there. If Muhammad is a person who is jealous for the house of God, how he allow even a man to stand in the mosque? He went inside the mosque, a Bedouin man, he unzip and he grab his penis and he start pissing. The Muslim, they wanted to stop him. Muhammad told them, no, let him finish it. Do we have any Muslim would like to join us? Can Ahmed chat with you? Yeah, he can call me. My Skype is in the info of my page. You can copy it and the admin can post it for you. And just find me in Skype and contact me. You're welcome. Do we have any Muslim would like to tell us why you Muslims cry? Do you cry because of a verse like this as an example? Let me show you a verse as an example. I mean, any chapter in the Quran will make you cry from laughing. any chapter, even the one they speak about Jesus, even the one they speak about Mary. Like as an example here, yesterday we were talking about Mary, suddenly she became a nun. She was a nun, brother. And Mary, she sat inside the mihrab, the holy chamber of the temple, which women are not allowed to go there. And Mary, she don't see anybody all her life since she was a child. And Mary, God, he gave her food non-stop. All right, our friend Ahmed is trying to contact me. Let us call him. Maybe he can tell me why Muslims they cry, because he's an ex-Muslim. I'm not. We will try to find out. All right, I'm trying to call you, but look like your internet is not good. Let me try again. Maybe you can switch your connection. Okay, now it's working. Hello?
Hello, brother. God bless you.
Hey, Ahmed, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, brother. God bless you.
God bless you too. I'm surprised you are not crying, because the Quran should make you cry. Shouldn't you be crying by now?
I would like to cry with my beloved sister in a humanity Muslim.
Oh, okay.
Like Prophet Muhammad, because I'm a Prophet ex-Muslim too.
Yeah.
God bless you, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to add a small point according the wudu we're talking about, brother. You know, brother, only one he teaching Muhammad to do wudu is Jibril.
Yeah.
So Muhammad, he proved it to everybody. Jibril has a private part.
That's a good one.
The hadith is authentic hadith. Let me share with you the hadith.
No, I know the hadith, but I never thought about it this way. You know, you are right. You know, actually, I never thought about it this way, because how he can teach him the wudu if you don't have a penis too? You know?
Yes.
Because you know what wudu is. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because so the hadith by way of Zayd ibn Haritha. So authentic hadith, you can find it in Sahih al-Jami'.
Yeah.
Authentic hadith, the Muslim cannot deny that. But here the question is, when Jibril he brings some water and he teaching Muhammad to do wudu, did Jibril he wash his private part too? because in Shia books, Allah he has a male organ.
Yeah.
They cannot deny that.
Yeah.
So now in Sunnah too, Jibril has a private part, because Jibril he came to the Maryam bint Amran.
Right.
In chapter 19, verse 17. He came as a perfect human being, and he told her, I came to give you pure son. So when Allah said a perfect human being, which means his private part is working perfect.
Yeah, right? This is reported by Ibn Ishaq. You know.
Yes.
You know, it says that when he was in Mecca, Jibril he came to him, and he pointed for him and in the side of the valley, and then a spring of water opened, and Jibril he started doing ablution, and Muhammad he used to look at him, and he do as Jibril does.
Yes. So always in Arabic language we ask the Muslim, so how does Jibril, if he doesn't have a male organ, sorry about that, brother.
No
if
problem.
He doesn't have it, how Jibril teaching Muhammad to wash his private part if he doesn't have it?
Yeah.
Did Jibril touched Muhammad private part?
Yeah, and then the funny Muhammad he went home and he started teaching Khadija. This religion is messed up.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. So I just suggest every brothers and sisters in the humanity Muslim people, please, brother and sister, when you watching a brother Christian Prince or watching another brother he knows about Islam. Take the hadith, take the source, and go do your own research. I guarantee for you, like a sheikh and Arabic speakers, he said, only, however, those who have a knowledge, they're lifting Islam. Because we scared about you, brothers and sisters. The day of judgment, you will go to the hellfire with Allahu Akbar. Absolutely, because Allah in a hellfire. So I don't want to take your time, brother. I'm so glad to talk to you.
Yeah,
I'm
welcome.
so proud of you.
Thank you.
Keep going. God bless you, brother.
I'm happy for you that you left Islam, and good for you, my friend. I hope many people will leave too, and they will see the truth through you, used by the Lord, the Messiah. And we pray for you and your family to be saved, to be safe, and to be saved from any harm.
Amen, brother. God bless you.
God bless you.
God bless all the brothers and sisters.
Feel free to call me anytime. You're welcome.
Absolutely, brother.
All right.
I will proud to call you.
You're
God
welcome.
bless you.
Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
All right. Yeah, actually, you know, I never thought about what he said. I posted the reference for you. This exist. Let us show you this is, here we go. This is the Islamic library. Al-Maktaba al-Islamiyya. There's many books, you know. Anyway, they are reporting the hadith. And this is volume number 2, page number 297. And I will use Google translation. The name of the chapter, in fact, it's how Jibreel, he taught Muhammad how to do ablution. So here it says, mentioned that when he finished ablution, he poured the whole for. Yeah, the translation cut a part of Jibreel. Where's Jibreel? Okay, where is Jibreel? Yeah, for some reason, the Arabic is eaten by the translation. So Jibreel, he came to Muhammad, and he started teaching him how to do ablution. And Muhammad, he was looking at Jibreel. You see here, it says Aqil. Let us go back to the Arabic first to see what happened here. Let us use this one here. Let's see. Translate. Jibreel teaching the messenger, may Allah bless him and grant him, pray on him and salute him, blah, 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 the ablution. You see? So, who is the one who taught Jibreel? Taught Muhammad is Jibreel. But what our brother Ahmad, he mentioned, very good point. If Muhammad is looking at Jibreel to learn how to do ablution, then Jibreel, he have to do the same as any Muslim today, because we are learning from him. As you see, he did not even tell him how to do it. He look at Jibreel, and he do as he does. He look at him, and he do as he see. It says here, he was looking to show him how to purify himself for prayer. So Muhammad was looking at Jibreel so he can learn how he can practice ablution. And now after Muhammad looked at Jibreel, Jibreel did not say do this and do that. No, he just practice, and Muhammad, he just follow. And Muhammad did that. And this is a additional stupid story. It doesn't make any sense, you know. And then if ablution is something important in Islam, then we find Muhammad jumping in water, which is very filthy, very dirty, it's a sewage, literally a sewage. So what the point? Dogs, they piss inside the mosque, we don't clean. You can imagine how dirty the mosque is. Even Muhammad, he used to clean the snots and the boogers from the walls of the Kaaba. Men, they go inside the Kaaba, they piss. And now the Muslims are crying about somebody farting in the mosque, claiming that farting is a reason to defile your prayer. Link for the reference, I posted already. Here we go, we post it again. Do we have any Muslim would like to join us live on air? Any Muhammadan, Mayday, how do you do? I want to cry right now with you. What about we play some Quran and see how we cry together? You know, I cried for many reasons when I talk about Islam. I can
amongst those. Now,
I can show you some examples, you know, why I cry when I talk about Islam, you know.
now if we look at Adam alayhi salam, he came down onto the earth. He was sent to the earth. There's a question. Where did he land?
Where?
He wasn't just thrown so that suddenly he landed, meaning he dropped, but Allah placed him on the earth. This we find in the narration of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where he says that Adam alayhi salam nazala fil Hind.
Oh boy.
He came down in what is known as the Indo-Pak subcontinent.
Oh boy.
Precisely Sri Lanka.
And you know, and I was, you know, and my dad, he says to me, why you drink too much tea? I mean, isn't it obvious? Originally, you are coming from Sri Lanka. If our grandfather, Mr. Adam, he was from Sri Lanka, why you are surprised? So Adam landed where? Where?
Fil Hind. He came down in what is known as the Indo-Pak subcontinent.
Yeah.
Precisely
Sri
Lanka.
A Muslim asking me, what do you do when Gog and Magog break through your floor? Guys, things is getting complicated. A Muslim saying to me, unexpected challenge. What do you do? What do you do when Gog and Magog break through your floor? Gog and Magog. Coming through my floor. Not even from the door. I start looking for the hammer of Thor. Or maybe I should read Quran, the verse of the back door. What you will do when they come through your floor. Chapter, come break through your floor. Chapter number 115, made by Christian Prince. I mean, you idiot. Gog and Magog, I mean, this is other reasons to cry laughing at the Quran. Gog and Magog. Are you sure? Let us see, somebody trying to call me. Muslims only, okay? Let us see, this guy is so excited to call. He declined my call. He is calling me, he declined my call. I will call you one more time. If you don't answer, I will block you. Let us see. If you are a Muhammadan and you are so proud about your religion, feel free to call me. I will be happy to have you. Hello? Hello? Yes, speak. Go ahead. Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead. What I'm talking about? What?
Why are you talking bad about Islam?
We are talking about Gog and Magog, not about Islam.
Gog and Magog?
Yeah.
What's up with them?
What do you want to tell me about Gog and Magog?
Well, I mean, what can I say about Gog and Magog?
Yeah, you tell me. You're the Muslim, you know. Tell me about Gog and Magog. What is that?
I'm sure, like, I don't know. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I'm sure, like, they come out of nowhere, haven't they?
What?
Gog and Magog.
Yeah, what Gog and Magog? A Muslim, he told me, as you see in the screen, a Muslim, he says to me, aren't you afraid that Gog and Magog break through your floor? So I don't know, Fakira, if what is that? Hello?
Oh, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello? I don't hear you. Are you using Gog and Magog phone?
Can you hear me?
I hear you. Go ahead. What is Gog and Magog?
I don't know. You tell me.
So, what do you know then?
Gog and Magog. Where's that mentioned? Is it mentioned in the Quran anyway?
Yeah, you know, mentioned in the Quran. Don't you know?
No, show me the verse.
Okay, the verse in the Quran, in Gog and Magog. This is in chapter number 207. Hello?
Hello.
How many chapter you have in your Quran? Do you have 114 or you have 207?
Is it 114?
Sound like you have a wrong Quran. Okay, I will give you the correct Quran. In chapter 18, verse number 94, it says that there is a guy, his name, the guy with the two horn, and they told him about people, they are not a human, they are Gog and Magog, and they do bad stuff. And then Allah, he commanded Zulkarnain to build a dam between us and them. What do you think about this story?
Well, I'm not really sure, to be honest. Let me have a look at your screen. Give me a second.
Okay.
So it's talking about Gog and Magog.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, how many times we have to repeat saying, yeah, Gog and Magog?
So what about them? What's your point?
Okay, it says here that Zulkarnain, which is Alexander the Great, he built a dam between us and them, and this dam is made from iron and copper. And,
yeah, so they can't get out.
Huh?
So they can't get out?
Exactly. But
yes.
Those are very big in number, to the point your prophet says they are 1,000 to 1, which means if one human exists, there's 1,000 of them. And each one of them, before he die, he make 1,000 baby. So now they have to be by trillions, or not even trillion, way more. So how come we cannot find the dam, neither we can find this Gog and Magog?
Well, they're hidden somewhere, aren't they?
Why they are hidden? It says here they are behind the dam. They are not hidden.
Behind the dam?
Yeah, behind the dam. He built a dam, made it from?
It doesn't say anywhere dam. Where does it say dam? It
says here's in Arabic, it even says the Arabic word saddan. Saddan mean dam.
Oh, so have they replaced that with barrier?
Huh? Yeah, the barrier. The barrier is a dam. Yeah.
So there's a dam.
Mm.
And they're behind that dam and they can't get
right
past it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean that's it, isn't it?
Where it is, we have Google Map for every inch in the world. We can see right now in camera any island, any place in the world. You know, we can zoom in. We can see even the house of a rabbit. Where is this dam, which is made from iron, and there's trillions of creatures behind it, and they are very evil, and they will attack us one day.
Like I said, they've hidden somewhere. We don't know the location.
Well, you are making things up. Where it says it's hidden. If Alexander the Great he found them, how they are hidden? In fact, I will help you. Alexander the Great, he found those people next where the sun rise. If you go verse 90, it says, when he came the rising place of the sun. The rising place of the sun. Do you know where the sun rises? Do you know the place? What they call it?
No.
What is the name of the country where the sun rises, according to your understanding?
Well, where the sun rises.
Where the sun rises, yeah. Because he found where the sun set, the sitting place of the sun, and he found where the sun rises.
What are you talking about? Well, I've been watching a couple of your videos, and there's one talking about murky water or something like that.
No, forget about the murky water. The murky water isn't clean now because we install the filter. But now we are talking about that when he arrived where the sun rising place, he found it rising on people who Allah provided them with no shelter. So they are not hiding. They have no shelter. There's no shelter there. And then those people, they said to him, after he keep walking a little bit, he arrived to an area between two mountains, two dams actually, and then people who hardly they understand the word, they said to him, Zulqarnain, can you build for us a dam between us and Gog and Magog? They are doing mischievement.
I mean, so what's your point then?
Okay, I wanna walk with you step by step. You sound like an intelligent person and educated. It says here, a people who they scarcely they can understand the word.
Right.
Okay, how those people they can't understand the word, which means they are foolish, they are idiot, they are stupid, and then they are giving him a map of engineering how to build a dam, and they are telling him build a dam for us. How hard did they understand the word? And then suddenly they are speaking about a very clever idea to build a dam between us and those Gog and Magog.
I don't really know,
Okay. There is an Arabian movie, I don't know if you watch it, like there's a guy who go in villages and he gave people a bill to make them intelligent. Obviously those people, they took some of those bills and suddenly they became smart. And now the question exists that where is Gog and Magog and how come we cannot find it? And those people, after he built the dam, they will keep digging in the dam until the day of judgment. And this dam, as you see in verse number 96, it says this dam is built from iron and copper.
Right.
Okay. And then one day they will be able to open a hole on the wall, and that will be happening in the judgment day. They will keep digging every day, but they cannot, because each time.
Sure he said that. I'm sure he said that they'll wipe the third of mankind or something.
Sorry, what?
Like
what?
I'm sure he said that they'll wipe the third of mankind.
They will what?
They will like kill the third of mankind, like 1/3 of the mankind. Like
yeah, they are very powerful. Even your prophet, he says they will drink, like by just walking by the lake of Tabaraya, they will drink it all. The Sea of Galilee, I mean, do you see how huge this water? They will drink it all, just walking by it. Like, imagine how big the number is. Did you watch the movie like the Lord of the Ring, the King of the Ring, whatever they call it?
Nah, I've heard of it. So what you're saying is a false statement.
I'm saying this is, for me, this is laughable. For you, it's what? Can you take this story serious?
What they're hidden somewhere, where it's like covered by iron. They can't get through it until the day of judgment.
How they are hidden? They are just behind the dam. They are not under the dam. The Quran is so clear. Isn't it? The Quran says we made it a clear book. And even your prophet, he explained. He says they are behind the dam. They keep digging every day. By night, when they leave, they go. In the morning, they come back. Allah, he closed the hole. Why? Because they forgot to say Inshallah. They keep doing this until one day, in the day of judgment, their boss, he will say, Inshallah, at the end of the day, tomorrow we will come back to dig, and then Allah will not fix the hole which they made through the whole day. And now because they are saying inshallah, they will be able to dig bigger hole and go through.
Yeah, but eventually one day they'll get through, won't they?
Yeah, but the question is, where are they?
No one knows.
Why no one knows? As you see, those people knows. Those people, they met them, they have a problem with them, they are people like us. And Alexander the Great is somebody is very well known.
Well, so Alexander the Great, he met with them.
Well, as you see, he built a dam between us and them.
Yeah, so he built it in a place where nobody knows where it is.
Where your prophet he get this story from?
Why do you go asking myself?
Where is getting this story from? I mean, how we can trust Muhammad that he is telling us a true story?
All right, so your question is, where are they?
Where are they? Where is the dam? And if there is a dam made from iron, you know, we are talking about from the time of Alexander the Great, we are talking about thousands of years ago. That means this dam cannot be exist. So the whole story is a lie because, you know, iron will rust. Iron will not, even if you build the biggest dam ever, will not even live 50 years.
So what are you saying? There's no Gog and Magog?
You tell me, do you think they all exist?
Is that what you're saying?
If they are exist, we should be able to find a dam. And as long as the dam is made from iron, and we know that iron will rust. Do you agree with me that iron rust?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are talking about what? We are talking about thousands of years, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, do you think really iron will stay for thousands of years? Be honest with me.
I don't think so.
Exactly. So now, if the iron is demolished, then Gog and Magog should be free.
Yeah, that's true. You were saying that I was watching a recent video. You were saying that that he got it from a fiction book.
Yeah, the story of Zulqarnain is written by a person. He is from Syria. He wrote many books, very famous person. He used real names, but in a fiction story, like now, you know, there is many real names, but in a movie, they bring a person, he is a real person, and they make a fiction movie about the person. Like, you know, Hercules. Hercules is a real person, but there's tons of his stories are false. You know, they make stories, movies about a person who was exist in history. Alexander the Great is a real person, but those stories are fictions about him.
So you're saying they were made up stories?
What do you think? You tell me, because you agreed with me. If the dam is a true exist at that time, by now the dam should be destroyed by the element of weather, and that's mean Gog and Magog should be free, should be swarming the earth, and should be the end of the time. So Muhammad, he made now a false prophecy prophesying that when Gog and Magog they will be set free, that will be the judgment day. That's it. But the dam is, you know, if it's ever exist, it's not exist no more. So judgment day should happen long time ago.
Yeah, man, I don't have anything to say to that. You got a point.
So what do you think, my friend? Do you think Islam is valid for you?
I don't know, man. It's not enough to prove.
But isn't it this is enough to prove Islam to be false? It's a silly story. You know, a smart, intelligent man like you, 2023, you know, you believe in such a thing which doesn't make any sense.
I mean, is there another story in the Quran that's false?
All the Quran is false. Let us do this, me and you.
All right, go on.
Can you choose for me a chapter you think there's nothing false in it? There's 114 chapters in the Quran, correct?
Yep.
Okay, choose one you think, the one I cannot find a mistake in it. And we will see. Choose, you choose.
What about the chapter of Mary?
Chapter of Mary. All of it is a mistake, actually. Chapter 19. All right. Start with me, verse number 1. Tell me, what is that?
Kahayas.
Kahayas, what is that?
There's no meaning. There's no meaning in the translation.
Exactly. This is why I say Muslim, they cry. When they cry reciting the Quran, they cry for something they don't understand, and it doesn't mean anything. So why they are crying? Why a Muslim in front of the camera, he start, you know, like, okay, kahayas, what hayas mean? Okay, why you are crying, man? What is this? So you are a Muslim, you open the Quran, the first verse is a joke. And then the Muslims, they explain, they say, these letters are miracles. How they are letters and they are miracles? Those letters are exist in Arabic before Islam exist. So now if I say S-O-M-E, it's a miracle? Laughable. And then suddenly it says, this is the mention of the mercy of your Lord to his slave Zechariah. Okay, who is Zechariah? Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Who is Zechariah?
I don't know. I do not know who Zechariah is.
I don't know too, because now this is laughable now. So you see, when you are writing a book, let us say you are an author of a novel, and you are making a story, telling a story, shouldn't you introduce the character you are talking about? Suddenly, Zechariah. Okay, who is this guy Zechariah? Nobody knows. Who is his father? Nobody knows. Then we continue. Okay, his slave Zechariah. Okay, Zechariah, he called his God. Okay, Zechariah, he have a gray hair. Thank you, Zechariah. I have a gray hair. And I'm getting old, okay. And now my wife, she cannot have babies. She is old and she cannot, she is a potent woman. She cannot have baby. Okay. Give me a baby. Okay, now Zechariah remember to give a baby when his wife, she is very old. I mean, why he did not pray? Why he did not pray to his Lord before, when he was young, when he was 30, 40, his wife, you know? But anyway, the story, the drama. So a person to inherit me, okay. And then Allah, he said to Zechariah, verily we give you a glad tidings of a son. His name will be Yahya John. Go back with me. It says here what? Because he want this person to inherit him, correct?
Yep.
But John got killed. This is John the Baptist. So he could not inherit him.
What is it? The chapter 6? You know, I mean, chapter 19, verse
Chapter 19, verse number 6 and 7. We are reading.
Right, okay.
So now what is the promise? He wanted a baby, a child who will inherit. Correct? Which means he will provide babies more and the lineage will continue. But this person died and he did not have the babies. So the promise was false and the gift does not work the way it was meant to be. Then Allah, he told him, okay, I'm going to give you a baby. He said, how I'm going to have that? I mean, do you see the stupidity? He just asked Allah to make his wife have a baby, and now Allah said to him, you will have a baby. And now he's asking Allah, but how my wife, she will have a baby? Aren't you the one who just asked him? Saying to him, let my wife have a baby? So you just made a prayer. If you read the verse before it, he says, you know, my wife, she is a potent. You know, she's a barren. So give me from yourself a higher. Okay. So now he knew his wife cannot have a baby. And now he prayed to Allah to give him a baby. And then Allah said, okay, we will give you a good news. We will give you a baby. And then the guy, he says to him, Zechariah said to Allah, but how she will have a baby, but she cannot have babies? Like, what the heck? Is he questioning the ability of Allah? Isn't it Allah supposed to is God? Do this guy Zechariah knew that Allah is God? Or he think he's just a doctor? Are you with me?
I'm not really sure, man. Yeah, I'm with you.
And then the story continue. Allah told him, it's easy, very easy for me. I have created you before. And then Zechariah, he says, my Lord, appoint to me a sign. Zechariah don't believe Allah. Here we go, drama. Allah talking to Zechariah, and still Zechariah, he don't believe it. Are you kidding me? Give me a sign. So Allah, he told Zechariah, okay, you know what? You will go mute for 3 days. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Why 3 days?
But it says your sign is that you shall not speak unto...
For 3 days, yeah, why? If you say to me, Christian Prince, make your Jesus make me mute for 5 minutes. And then Jesus, he made you mute for 5 minutes. Isn't it this is enough? You tried to speak, you could not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You try to talk. For 5 minutes, you try hard to open your mouth, but you cannot. That is enough. 3 days, why 3 days? Is that in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit? Is that from Christianity? The Trinity? The power of the Trinity?
It's not really talking about the Trinity, is it?
Well, are you telling me why 3 days? Why Muslims stuck with the 3 days? When you do ablution, you have to wipe your hands, your face, your fingers, your ears 3 times. When you say Shahada, you have to say it 3 times. You take an oath, you have to say it 3 times. If you divorce your wife, you divorce 3 times. Mary, Allah make her fast from talking too for 3 days. Everything in Islam is 3 days. Why?
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with the Trinity, though, has it?
My friend, I'm showing you how stupid you choose for me. You chose for me a chapter. You say, show me mistakes. We just started. We are in verse number 10. Right?
Yeah.
And then if we continue the story, you will see something very, very funny. That this guy who his father prayed to Allah to make him inherit, he became a prophet. But this is not what Zechariah he asked for. He wanted somebody to inherit. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just reading on the screen now.
And then suddenly, Mary, in verse number 16, she hid herself. Why Mary she hid herself? She was wanted by the FBI. Who is Mary, first of all?
The mother of Jesus.
Now, how we know who is this Mary, that this is the mother of Jesus? Suddenly, he says, and mention in the book, Maryam. Okay, who is Maryam?
I've already told you that.
Where you learn this from?
Well, isn't it clear that Mary is the mother of Jesus?
No problem, but I'm asking you now, if you are writing a book for me, shouldn't you mention who is this new character who appeared in the book before you mention it? Who is Mary?
Yeah, but does it not say like in the verses after that there's a word coming down to you?
It doesn't matter. Still, who is Mary? I will help you. If you go to chapter 3, it says Mary, the daughter of Imran. Is that correct?
And who is Imran?
You tell me. Imran is the father of Moses. So how the father of Moses became the father of Mary? And the same story in all the chapters speaking about Jesus is start with letters. Alif Lam Mim. What does that mean? You will tell me I do not know. Okay. And now
Alif
here it
Lam Mim.
says Ali Imran. Ali. Do you know Arabic?
No, I don't know.
Al in Arabic, it's not an Arabic word actually, this is an Aramaic word, mean family of. So
Right.
Ali Imran, the family of Imran. Okay, so the chapter here is speaking about only the family of Imran. So anyone in the chapter, he should be from the family of Imran. How Musa is from the family, how Mary from the family of Imran. How Imran, the father of Musa, has become the grandfather of Jesus.
I'm not sure. Do you know when it says that obviously that we agree with the Bible and the Torah?
Now, friend, all your story are stolen from somewhere. We know that. But Muhammad, he adds some, spice and stuff to it, and that will make it funny.
So you say Muhammad himself was the author of the Quran?
I don't think so. I think Muhammad, he made his author of nothing. I think Muhammad.
He was illiterate though.
No, you see, I don't believe that Muhammad is illiterate because I don't think Muhammad is a real person in the. But I don't argue about that because there is no point. But there is no proof that Muhammad exists. No proof. Like now, if you open the Quran, you mentioned to me the name Muhammad, right?
Yep.
There's in the Quran chapter is called chapter of Muhammad, but nowhere in the Quran it says Muhammad is who. Who is Muhammad?
But it's when you say the Shahada that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah.
No problem. You see, okay, who is Muhammad best? So when you say to me, the Quran mentioned the name of Muhammad, mentioned only 5 times in the Quran. Okay, who is Muhammad? You don't know. Who is his father? You do not know. In the Quran it says, Mary, the sister of Aaron, Isa, the son of Maryam. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Sulaiman, the son of etc. So, how come Muhammad is in the Quran have unknown father? Who is the father of Muhammad?
No, but I'm sure his father. I'm sure his father died.
How you can be sure? There is nowhere in the Quran. So now we have to go and read what Muslim they call it hadith. But the second we show the hadith, the Muslim they say the hadith is full of lies. Did you hear Muslim before? And you are a Muslim. Muslim saying there's a lot of hadith are fabricated.
Yeah. When they
okay,
say that the
so how we can trust? How we can trust the origin of Muhammad from the hadith?
I mean, only if there's Sahih, then it's all right.
Okay, do you accept the Sahih hadith?
Yeah.
All right. Muhammad was a prophet, correct?
Yeah.
And what does that mean when you say a prophet?
Someone sent from God.
Okay. Isa in Islam was a prophet, correct?
Yeah.
Was Isa sick?
Was Isa sick? What do you mean?
Like, he gets sick, he vomit, No. Is it true that Isa, he used to heal people?
Yeah, he was healing the blind, healing the leper, yeah.
Okay. If Muhammad is a prophet of Allah, and according to Muslims, and you are a Muslim, claim that Muhammad is the most close person and favorite to Allah, correct?
Well, yeah, you could say that, yeah.
All right. So how you explain to me this story? I will show you something in the screen.
Yeah.
This is your prophet. The messenger of Allah. Can you see my screen now?
No, I can't see it now. Just give it a couple of seconds.
Mute YouTube, please, so you don't have double voice. I will read until it appears to you on your side. The messenger of Allah fainted when he was sick. Then he woke up. He said, "Has the time for a prayer come? They said yes. He said, tell Bilal to call to the prayer, to the adhan, the prayer, and tell Abu Bakr to lead the people for the prayer. Then he fainted. Okay. Then he woke up, and then he said, has the time for the prayer come? They said yes. He said, tell Bilal to call to adhan and tell Abu Bakr to lead the people for prayer. Then he fainted. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. And then he woke up, and then he says, how is the time for the prayer come? They said, yes. He said, tell Bilal to call for the adhan and tell Abu Bakr to lead the people for prayer. Aisha, she cannot take it no more. She said, my father is a tender-hearted man. He is weak. If he stand on that place, he will weep and will not be able to do it. If you told someone else to do it, which means to lead the prayer, then he fainted again. Then he woke up. Then he said, tell Bilal to call adhan and tell Abu Bakr to lead the prayer. Are you with me, my friend?
Yeah, I'm with you.
I hope you are not fainted too. So,
nah, I'm all right.
Muhammad is a prophet of Allah. And Jesus is a prophet of Allah. Why Jesus, if people touch his even clothing, they get healed? Just touch his clothes. He made the blind see. He resurrect people from death. He tell you what you hide in your houses. He created from the mother bird, as the Quran says. Why Jesus can do all those things which only God can do? Yet Muhammad, the fainted prophet, he cannot heal himself, and Allah cannot heal him.
You've got a good point.
Do you know the guy? His name is Ahmad Mirza Ghulam.
No, I've never heard of him. What about him?
Ahmad Mirza is a false messiah. He claimed in India that he is the Messiah.
Yep.
And then Ahmad Mirza, when he claimed to be the Messiah, 20, 30 Christians, they come to his house and they brought him a lot of people who they are blind, people they are sick, people cannot walk. And they said to him, well, if you are the Messiah, well, do what the Messiah does. Heal them. The coward, he closed his door and he hide inside because simply he is a scam. Do you agree with me? He must be a scam?
Yeah. It's not
well, if Muhammad is sent by the Messiah God, as the Muslim they claim that Allah is his God, and he is the same God for the Messiah, then Muhammad should have what the Messiah have. He should not be fainted. He should not be vomiting. Ahmad Mirza died over his poo-poo. He have a diarrhea. He was infected with cholera. And he have unlimited diarrhea. And then when he fell down, he fell in the top of his poop. Muhammad, the last thing he did before he died, he pissed. The last thing he said to his wife, give me the container, and he pissed in it. And then he died. So how we can explain that all the cult leaders, they cannot heal themselves, but they claim to be healers. They cannot save themselves, but they claim to be saviors. They cannot have a normal life. But Jesus, according to Islam, is right now in heaven. Nobody can kill him. No Jews, no Roman. Nobody can touch him. And look how Muhammad is dying. What do you think?
It's a bit confusing because I was going through a verse in the Quran where it says Abasa wa tawalla in jahul ama. Where it says that the blind man came to him, but what do you do? I don't understand. Well, I haven't opened the interpretation of that verse.
Well, there's no interpretation. He just, the verse is so clear. He says, you know, he gave him a face. He gave him a face. He kicked him out because he's a blind and he is weak, you know, poor. You know, imagine you are blind at that time, you know, life is tough. I mean, blind in this time and life is tough unless you live like some countries where, you know, you have disability and salary, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But this is not everywhere. Until now, there's a lot of people blind, they are homeless in the street. So now this guy is a blind, he is not coming to beg for food, he is coming to ask Muhammad a question. It's just a question. What Muhammad he does? According to the interpretation, Muhammad was busy with the rich people of Quraysh. And he said to himself, if now they see this guy, they will see that my followers are nothing but the lowest and the poor. How come Jesus, he have no problem to speak with the blind man and heal him and touch him? Did he touch his eyes?
Who, Jesus?
Jesus in the Bible, yes, he touched his eyes, right? Even he put mud in his hands. He made his hand dirty to save the man. So he made mud, he spit on the mud, he put it in his eyes, and the man, which means in the simple way, he created eyes for him. So how come the Messiah, if the Messiah is coming from Allah, and Muhammad is coming from Allah, which one, and I want to be honest with me, which one is the one you like to follow? The one who was so nice with the blind man, and the blind man is not asking him for food or a question. He said, Lord, I want to see. The man who came to Muhammad, he's not asking Muhammad to make him see because he knew he cannot. He's just asking questions about God. So which one is the one have the ethic to be considered a person of dignity? Forget about prophet. Which one, if you see two doors in a house, there's two doors. Two doors, one a blind man knocking in the right door and one knocking at the left door. One man, he opened the door for the blind man. He says, well, how we can help you? He was so kind to him. He welcomed him. And the other one, he kicked him out. Be honest with me. Which one is the man you consider him a good man?
The one who was asking him how he was and whatever, like comforted him.
That is Jesus, correct?
Well, yeah, according to your point of view, yeah.
No, according to you. I want to according to you.
Yeah, but Allah gave him the miracles, didn't he?
What miracles? I mean, the guy, he keeps fainting.
No, I'm talking about Jesus.
Yeah, no problem. But Jesus still can be rude to the blind man. He can be bad to the blind man. Now, actually, when you have miracles, you will become more arrogant, more proud, because you can do things nobody can do. Like, let us think about it today. There is people who they are famous, correct?
All right.
They have bodyguard. You cannot even touch their hand. You cannot even shake hands with them. If you get close, the bodyguard will jump on you. This is just because they are artists. So imagine if you are the Messiah, whoever you touch, he will be healed. How proud you will be. The Messiah was...
It's the power of God, isn't it?
It doesn't matter. That's mean the Messiah, he has the power of God. Still, he is so humble. He is so loving. He is so wonderful. Muhammad, he don't have the power of God. He don't have even a power over his sickness. He's so arrogant. Even when Muslims, they come to Muhammad, do you know what Muhammad he do to them?
What does he do?
He whipped them. He beat them.
For what?
For no reason.
Come on, there must be some sort of reason, man.
No. I will show you. Even Muhammad, he says that anyone who unjustly he is beating him and he curse him using the F word, Allah will make it a blessing for him. Let me show you the hadith. There we go. I will put it for you on the screen. This is Sahih Muslim. This is very authentic. Aisha, she saw him cursing and beating two men. She said what they did. Do you see the screen now?
Well, give me about another 10 seconds. It'll come up. Yeah, I can see it now, yeah.
Does it say there, chapter whomsoever is cursed, revealed, or prayed against by the Prophet when he does not deserve that?
Yeah, I see it.
So why Muhammad wanna curse and beat people who don't deserve that? What do you think?
I don't know.
This is even the name of the chapter. Talking about good manner. The Prophet have the best manner between mankind. He beat, he curse, he say the F word to people who don't deserve that. Yet he have no power. He cannot heal. He cannot make the blind see. He cannot heal himself. He is nobody. Jesus, who can raise people from death, forgive sin, give eyes, make the one who cannot walk walk. He don't do unjust. And then Muhammad, he claimed that when he curses somebody, he don't deserve it, he hang up. Maybe it was too much for him. He's a nice Muslim anyway. I hope he will leave Islam soon. Why you hang up, my friend? Why you hang up? You are afraid to leave Islam next? You will leave Islam. And Muhammad, he claimed that if he beats somebody unjustly and he curses him unjustly, Allah will give him reward. Look at this scam. I go right now in the street, start beating people, and people, they say to me, Christian Prince, you claim to be prophet of God. I say, oh, don't you know? I made condition. Have you ever heard of a prophet make condition his God? A prophet, a man, he put condition on the God. He say, hey God, listen, anyone I beat him unjustly, anyone I spit at him, anyone I whip his back, anyone I curse him, make it a blessing for him. I don't know, shall I call you back? Let's try to call him back. I feel he's close to leave Islam. Maybe this is why he decided to hang up. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Where do you go?
I think it cut off. My Wi-Fi was a bit, you know.
Yeah, it is Allah, brother. So what do you think, my friend? Can we consider Muhammad a good person for a second? Not to mention he have sex with the children. He took his own son's wife. He flirted with the wife when she was married to his son. Imagine.
He flirt with the wife.
Oh yeah, he came to the house, and this is written in your book. This is written in your book. He went to the house and he said to the wife, to Zainab.
One of your videos. Yeah, I've seen one of your videos about it, yeah.
Yeah, so you know it. So he flirted with the wife when the husband is not home. Do you think there is a decent man he will do this. At least go pray, ask God for forgiveness. Says, God, look what I did today. He should be crying, should be, No, instead, he claimed that Allah told him. Why you hide what Allah told you to take her? He claimed it is God who told him to do that. And be honest with me, if your father, with my respect to your father, or even your friend, come to your house and flirt with your wife, what you would do?
I don't know, man. But obviously, it's not a good thing to be obviously flirting with other people's wives. I know what you mean, yeah.
How Muhammad can be a prophet then? What kind of a man he coming to teach us how to go to heaven? Is that how we go to heaven? And then the Muslim, in their book, they say that those only a privilege for the prophet. If his eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her so the prophet can F her. This is the prophet of Ifin, my friend. He have a privilege of Ifin.
Can you show me the privileges of the prophet where you brought up that screen?
Oh, no problem. Yeah.
Bring it up.
Okay.
Because obviously I don't speak Arabic. I'm not Arabic.
No problem. I can show you. I can give you the Arabic page. You open it. Just open it, please, in Google browser, so you can use Google translation. All right.
Right. Just send it me and I'll follow it with you. Yeah.
Give me a second. Here we go. This is Tafsir al-Qurtubi. I will give it. I will post it in the chat too. This is Tafsir al-Qurtubi. Volume number 14, page number 187. I guess the details is so clear, right? I mean, volume, page, we have all things we need. And this is an official Islamic website. And this is the link. I'm posting it in the chat. All of you can open it. And you can use Google translation. And this is Tafsir al-Qurtubi. And I will use Google translation.
I understand a little bit of Arabic, but not as much.
No problem. No problem. It says here in number 10. Let us see the privilege.
All right, wait. Let me have a look at it. Can you hear me?
I hear you. Give me a second. Just to be sure the page is correct. Just to be sure that this is in the page. It should be number 10. Yeah. All right. I have a difficulty with this page. Is flipping. I click. I will open a different website. Give me a second.
No.
All right. See, here we have different website. The same book anyway.
The same. Posted on the chat.
The same book. Yeah. This is Tafsir al-Qurtubi, volume number 14, page number 212 in this print. Here in the yellow it says number 10. إذا وقع بصره على امرأة وجب على زوجها طلاقها وحل له نكاحها. This is a privilege number 10. Let us use Google translation. Privilege number 10.
Have you posted it on the chat?
Yeah, I will post for you in a second because this title need to be shortened. It have Arabic text in this page.
Okay.
Link shorten.
إذا وقع بصر.
Here we go. You know Arabic. That's good. Very good. That will make my life easier. Here we go. This is the link. I shortened the link. Oh, it's still saying long. Hold on. Shorten the link. Okay, now. Okay, let's try this.
Is it, have you posted it on the chat or?
Give me a second. Here we go. I'm posting it now. I just posted.
Alright, I see it.
All right. So we go, you can open it in Google Translation. As you see here, it says Interpretation of Al-Qurtubi, part number 11, verse number 11, sorry, 14, page number 212. And then we go to number 10. Here you see all the privilege. All of them, they are filthy. All the privilege is about sex and money. But then you go to number 10, which I find the most ugly, disgusting. Number 10. 10th. If his sight falls on a woman, her husband must divorce her, and it will be lawful for him to F her, not to marry her. What do you think about this?
I'm still trying to find it on the page. All right, yeah, I see it, yeah.
Number 10.
Right, yeah, I see it.
What do you think about such a beautiful... Yeah.
Does it not say anything about marrying?
Well, the word nikah does not mean marry. This is a big one of the lies Muslims they keep repeating. With my respect to you, you're a Muslim, but you sound like an honest man, so I'm not accusing you of lying. But this is what the Muslims lie to each other, because I will show you the proof. Do you want to show you the proof that nikah does not mean marriage?
Nikah?
Yeah, does not mean marriage. Yeah. You want me to prove to you in 2 seconds that nikah does not mean marriage? 2 seconds.
I'll prove it to me.
Okay.
Go on.
If we go in the hadith, Muhammad, he says, when your wife, she have her period, do everything except nikah. So how nikah mean marriage? And they are married already. Those are women are married already. He is saying do everything except nikah. Let me get you the reference. A second. All right. Here
so
we go.
nikah means obviously not marriage.
You tell me. Here we go. I will show you. You tell me what the conclusion.
I can read Arabic, but obviously.
Okay, no problem. Here we go. It says here. This is Sahih Muslim. It says here in Arabic about this is about the Jews. The Jews, when their wife she have her period, they don't have sex with her. So Muhammad, he says, don't listen to them. اصنعوا كل شيء إلا النكاح. Do everything except intercourse. So what nikah is? Intercourse. Those are their wives already. They are married. You know?
I thought because I was watching one of your videos the other day about the chapter 33 verse 50 where it says yes yastankiha, something like that.
Yeah, yastankiha is a continuous verb. You don't continue marrying the women. You marry her once.
So you're saying yastankiha means
to F her. Yeah, to F her. This is the word for effing. I mean, in front of you, my friend. Listen, you said you speak Arabic. You know how to read Arabic. Does it say here about women who they are your wife? She is not. We are not talking about a woman. She is a stranger. Does it say here? The Prophet, he said to them, when your women they have their period, do with them isna'u kulla shay illa nikah. Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so nikah does not mean marriage. They are their wives. So he's telling them when they have their period, do everything with them, touch them, play with them, etc., but don't do intercourse. So what nikah is? Intercourse.
Right, okay.
And even in the Muslim translation, they say, don't do with them intercourse. when they have their menstruation. So we don't marry them because simply they are already our wives. And now they have their period. So what he said to them, do with them everything except intercourse.
Right, so over here in the tafsir you sent me, where it says here, Al-Hamis, Al-Nikahu Balafz al-Hiba.
Yeah, a woman, she offer herself to the Prophet. Nikahu bilafdh al-hiba. So a woman, she offer herself.
Just by saying it.
Huh?
Just by saying it.
Yeah, by saying, I offer you myself to sleep with me. He don't pay her. Muhammad have a privilege. He do not need to pay for sex. It's free.
Right, yeah,
only Muhammad, women, they can offer themselves to him. Sorry. So my friend, what do you think? You want to be a Muslim? You want to stay a Muslim?
It's hard because, you know, I grew up in a Muslim family.
So you want to grow up, stay a pagan, following a bad man?
So if Islam's not the truth, then what is?
Well, you know, if first of all we confirm Islam is not true, then we search for truth. I mean, the point after is your decision where to what to be, but it's not right to take the wrong ship, and the ship have tons of holes and is going to be drawn. You will be drawn. Save yourself, my friend. And for me, if you ask me what is the truth, no, Jesus answered, he said, I am the truth. He didn't say God, he is, he, she, he said, I am the truth.
Yeah, but he says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, yeah.
Exactly. So there's, if you are seeking life, if you are seeking salvation, if you are seeking the truth, you'll find the truth, you'll find Jesus. And then what Jesus says about the truth, he says something so beautiful, so wonderful. The truth will set you free.
Yeah, yeah, I heard that, yeah.
So Jesus, my friend, will set you free. With Muhammad, you are a slave of Allah. With Messiah, you are a child in the kingdom of God. You are a prince. You are no slave for no one. None of you, none of us. He, she, black, white, Asian, it doesn't matter. All of us, we are children of God. We are saved by Jesus, and we are children, not slaves, even though we don't deserve even to be called slaves. Yet, the Lord, the creator of the universe, he decided to take us as his children. So why you want to stay follow such a filthy man? He claimed to be the praised one. Imagine, even he changed his name to be the praised one. We shall praise him for what reason? Is he God? The word praised one alone is against monotheism, because only God should be praised. Do we agree?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So how Muhammad is a man and he is just a prophet and he's going after children to have sex with them, and now he is the praised one. And then Jesus, who is holy, he never commits sin, he never slept with a woman, he never desired a woman, he never desired money, he never did anything wrong. He spent his life saving life, giving eyes, giving sight, giving, you know, making people walk. He was walking, talking machine of healing and guidance and wisdom and truth. And now he is in heaven. Which one is the one we should follow?
Well, obviously, we all want to get to heaven, don't we? So I say the one in heaven.
The one in heaven. You know, once a big sheikh, very, very powerful man, he come to visit my dad at home, and he said to him, why a man like you, very well-known, respected man between the Christian, why you don't accept Islam? You will have a great place between us. My father, he said to him politely, He said to him, I want to ask you a simple question. Where is your prophet? He said, oh, he's now? He said, yeah. He says, he's dead. He says, where is Jesus? He said, oh, he's in heaven. So my father, he said, well, the Messiah, he said, let the dead bury the dead. I want to follow the living one. So why you want to follow a dead man? He stink with his sin, and not to follow the living one who is right now in heaven, even in the book of Muhammad, which is the book of the devil. Admit that Jesus right now in heaven. Which one is powerful? Is the one is dead, or the one who lived for thousands and thousands of years?
Obviously, the one who's lived for thousands and thousands of years, isn't it?
Thank you. Well, now, if I am you, I will accept the Messiah as my savior, and I will, reject everything to do with the devil immediately, and his promises. Virgins, sex, women, children's, gold, silver, even the God of Islam, he promised you cushions. This is how funny it is, the promise. The God of Islam, he promised you even couches. This is how stupid the promise. It's like a Walmart. This is not heaven, my friend. This is not heaven. This is a guy trying to tempt those poor Arab with the sexual temptation and money and gold and silver. This is the devil. So why you don't accept Jesus right now as we speak? Because as you know, my friend, you might go to sleep, either me or you, and we don't wake up. Correct?
Yeah, it can happen, yeah.
Nobody knows. And then you will not be saved. So I invite you right now to save yourself, deny Muhammad, deny the devil, and accept the Messiah as your savior. So your name will be written in the book of God, and you will be in his kingdom.
I accept him.
I'm into that. Happy for you, my friend. So you accept that the Messiah is your savior and Muhammad is a false prophet, correct?
Correct.
I'm into that, my friend. We pray for you. We pray for your family to listen to you. And I will be happy if you want to bring your family to talk to me. If they are not convinced with your decision.
Secret, they won't be happy.
Oh, no, don't worry. Okay, tell them there's a guy, he talk about Islam, go talk to him, let us see. I want to save your family too. Trust me, it will work. Because when they see how bad Muhammad is, they will leave Islam, my friend. Don't you want to save your family?
Yeah, but I do, but they won't listen, man. They grew up as Muslims.
You grow up as a Muslim too. You listen. Put your trust on the Lord, my friend. It's not me who will make them listen. The Lord, he will help. Put your trust. And trust, with the trust, by the trust of the Lord, we can do miracles. Not because we are powerful, but because the Lord himself, he do miracle. Isn't it a miracle that you called me today? And actually, I was not even going to call you. I thought you hang up and you're gone. And then I said, let me call you. It's a miracle. The Lord make it happen. It's not me. It's not you. The Lord, he brought me to you. The Lord, he brought you to me. The Lord, who made us listen to each other. And the Lord help you to listen and help me to speak. The wisdom is not mine. The truth is not mine. The truth is the truth and the wisdom of the Lord. If not, he is so good, you yourself, you will not believe. Because there's nothing good on me. Who am I? I'm nobody. Every man is a sinner. How a sinner can make you believe? By his sin? No. A sinner cannot convince anyone of any good, for he is sin. If you are good, first fix yourself before you fix others. But because the Lord, the Messiah, he is the good God. When a man, he says to Jesus, you're good. Jesus says to him, why you call me good? Don't you know that only God is good? Jesus is asking him, how you know that I'm God good? And then Jesus says, I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and my sheep, they knew me.
Yeah. Thank you, Christian Prince, for saving me, man.
I did not save you, my friend. I don't have the honor to save you. The Lord save you. I cannot claim any honor for myself. I'm just a person trying to help people. I did not save you. Go now, pray to the Messiah, say thank you, the Lord, for giving me the truth today. Today I will start a new life with you. And I advise you to start reading the Bible when you are ready. You go to a church of your choice and do baptism so you can have the Holy Spirit within you. You know, every creature have a soul, have a flesh. A Christian, he have a spirit, additional to those. So you will soon, after you study the Bible very well, you go to a church of your choice close to you, and you ask them to do baptism, and may the Lord bless you, plus your life, plus your offspring after you, and make them good seed to spread the truth between mankind.
You too, Christian Prince. Thank you for that.
Thank you. God bless you. Take care, my friend. Anything you want to say to people before you leave? For Muslims especially?
I mean, I'll leave that to you.
You will let it to me. Okay. All right.
I'll leave it to you. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Take
Thank
care.
you, CP. Yeah.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, man.
Bye. Yeah, I think our friends, I didn't ask him, but I think he's an African, right? He sounds like one. Actually, I did not mention to him what Muhammad is about the African. Even it's the most ugly. How an African even can follow Islam for a second? But it's very beautiful to see, you know, people listen. You see, when you open your heart and you listen, then you will find the truth, and the truth will set you free. I'm glad I called him again, because I thought he is gone. That's it. He didn't want to talk. He was trying to escape, you know, from the embarrassment. But I'm glad I called him again, and you know, he decided to leave the cult of Muhammad. Do we have any Muslim want to call? Who is a Muslim want to be next caller? Maybe you can convince your brother who just left Islam now to bring him back to Islam. Prove me wrong. Anyone? Mayday, mayday. Somebody asking if I can explain وَإِذَا الْمَوْءُودَ سُئِلَتْ. Yeah, this is one of the funny understanding of Muslims in the Quran. They claim that the Arab before Islam, they used to bury girls alive. That's absolutely a big fat lie. Imagine if people, they bury their daughters, then we Arab, we will have no offspring. Simple, you know. And if you read the verse, you will see how silly the way they try to explain it. This is a verse speaking about a soul is killed, and a human being is killed, and nafs, قتل نفسا. In the Quran, you repeat that word, قتل نفسا, which means he killed a soul. So when the soul is questions for which guilt it was killed, the Muslim, they say this is about a female, burying a female alive, but there is nowhere it says that. This is about a person who was killed and he commit no guilt. So the question is, chapter 81, verse number 8, for what guilt in the judgment day God will ask, not a female, doesn't say even female. Al-Maw'uda, Al-Maw'uda goes back to the nafs. You see, even the word before it says soul. You see it? This is how we get them busted with their lies. This is why we Arab Christian, we laugh at their understanding of their Quran. So when the soul in the day of judgment will be questions, for what reason was killed? Because the body, the Muslim believe, when the body go to the grave, the soul go back in the grave. So now it is buried with the body. This is why you see the story of the three angels coming to the grave, asking you three questions. Who is your God? What is your religion? And they show you a picture of Muhammad, which is a very funny story. So there's no female, there's no infant, and this is all a fabrication. So the question is here, what is the guilt you did, and who is the one who killed you? So simply is about the one who killed unjustified killing. And it's funny that Muhammad is speaking about unjustified killing when he is the biggest rapist, pirate, killer ever. I hope I answered you. Do we have any Muslim? Does Allah have a soul? The Quran say yes. The Muslim, they say no. Because the Quran say clearly, my soul, my spirit, nafsi. When Shaitan, he spoke to Muhammad, so to Allah, sorry, he says, I know what is in my soul, but I do not know what is in your soul. أعلم فما في نفسي ولا أعلم ما في نفسك. All right? And then the Muslim, they will start, I mean, the whole interpretation of the Quran is a fiction. تعلم ما في نفسي ولا أعلم ما في نفسك. You know what is in my soul, which means how bad, how good it is, and I do not know what you have in your soul. And all this garbage here we see in the Quran speaking about nafsi, nafsaka, nafsuku, etc. All right? And this is the chapter he mentioned. This is, and actually can be found in chapter 5, verse 116. And this one is about Isa, supposedly, but we have other one about Shaitan. Do we have another Muslim? Any Muhammadan? And look how the Muslim they translate. I mean, the translation is really very funny. It says here, what's indeed known have it, knows what is in my heart, and I know not what is in thine. What is that? This is not what Arabic says. We change the translator. This is Yusuf Ali. Let us see Muhsin Khan. Muslim translation is like, you know, is like a fiction translation. Instead of translating, they make it really weird. Look at the translation here. I know, you know what is in my inner self, and I do not know what is in yours. But this is not what it says. It says nafsi wa nafsika. And this is a conversation between Isa, supposedly, not Jesus. Yeah, Abdul Rahman, he can text me. My Skype is open, what I will do to him. You know, if you search for the word nafs in the Quran, nafs always come as a soul. Chapter 2, verse number 48, chapter 2, verse 123, chapter 2, verse 233, chapter 2, 281, etc. All of those is about a soul. And the translation, again, false. It says, everyone shall taste death. It says, every soul shall taste death. Nafs. Chapter 5, verse number 32, as an example, it says, the one who killed an innocent soul unjustly. And this is supposedly a verse was given to Moses. Muhammad, he is quoting the Torah. This is the same verse the stupid Obama he quote when he made a speech in Egypt. But the stupid Obama, he forgot that this is Muhammad quoting the Torah. And Muhammad himself, he killed a lot of innocent people. Even the verse in the front of you is speaking about, we gave this to the children of Israel. The children of Israel. This is their guideline. The one who killed one innocent person as if he killed all mankind. This is not in Islam. Do we have any Muhammadan? All right, look like we are out of Muslims for today. Guys, I hope I did not make you cry. And don't forget that Shaitan, he can make you cry, especially by making you farting when you are in the mosque. Shaitan, he take hair from your anus, and that's very dangerous business. Shaitan can cause you farting non-stop, even though you are devoted Muslim praying to Allah. And Shaitan can plan, you know, to make your butt as a gun machine to fight against Allah. So be aware of the tricks of Shaitan. He is very powerful, especially when it's come to farting and make you crying from farting. Gas is used not only now by Saddam Hussein or the American or Taliban chemical weapon. No, it's used since ancient times. Shaitan is the first one to use it.
Before it goes worse.
First of all, it is mandatory upon...
So, he did a lot of things in order to try to counteract this, but he wants to fight this. So, what should he do? And realized that Shaitan was trying to make him stop praying. So, he tried to fight it by ignoring it. But then it kept on coming and coming and coming.
Here you see how much struggle a Muslim he go through, because his life is a continuous farting. Allah is unable to stop him from farting, even though he is in the mosque. And supposedly there's two angels, one in the right side and one in the left side. If you see a Muslim, he pray, he move his head to the right when he finish, and then he move his head to the left. Why? Because there is two angels guarding him. And then you ask yourself how Shaitan coming to you, taking hair of him your anus inside the house of Allah. A house is full of angels, and yet the angels of Allah cannot stop Shaitan from making you fart by taking hair from your anus.
Pray, gas is released all the time, and this is not a doubt. This person certainly knows something came out. And this only happens whenever he prays.
Only happen when he is praying, Shaitan making fart. So my friends, if you want to save yourself from the fart of Islam, you better leave it. As they say, fart in, fart out. Garbage in, garbage out. You will not find any religion in the world say such stupid things except in Islam. Even the Hindus, even the Buddhists, even the most awkward weirdo religion in the world, you will not find such a stupidity except in Islam. Shaitan play with your anus, Shaitan play with your bowels, Shaitan round himself around your penis, Shaitan having sex with your wife, Shaitan biting her nipples, Shaitan set her pubic area in fire, and you get to distinguish and you call the fire department because you saw a fire between her legs, and all those stories. You'll find them only in the stupid religion of Islam. And I don't blame you to be stupid when you follow a stupid one. I mean, you are stupid by nature, then what I can do? If this is what you follow, I'm not going to question why. Because obviously you must be stupid. This is the religion of the weirdo. And the more weirdo you are, the more you go for it. And then you will see all those videos reaction for the Quran, and I die laughing. The second you start reading the Quran, you will cry from the stupidity. You will cry laughing, but you will not cry because it's amazing. They bring you a guy, have a nice voice, he's singing for you. I mean, those guys, if you give them a song full of about the F word, their voice will sound fine. They bring you professional people to recite the Quran, and as if they aren't professional, they add echo to the sound to make it like a holy sound. But the Quran is the most stupid book, as you see. Anyway, I want to say thank you for the Muslims who support me and the Muslims who send donation. May Allah bless you and give you more versions. And you know, I cannot say may Allah extend your penis because it's already endless. So there is no wish, no point of this wish. I mean, nobody knows where it's going to end. So I'm not going to go there. But I want to say thank you, Muslims, for your support, because you support me more than Christians. At least you curse me. You bless me, your curse. At least you make a threat against me. That is a blessing for me. At least you make a lot of videos to attack me and to smear me. That is even better for me. But Christians, they do nothing. You know, look at that Christian. You know. So I decided today to ask Muslims to support me, because I noticed that Muslims, they can do better support, especially with their farting skills. So what about all of you Muslims today? You start donating some of your farting wallet. Support the cause. Because there's only one Christian prince. And he make millions of Muslims cry laughing at Muhammad. Prove me wrong. And call me again. Christ is Lord. Islam is a fraud. We prove it every time. Take care.